In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you the fastest way ever how to solve a Rubik's Cube. All you gotta do is just turn this top layer. If only it were that easy. Well, hopefully with this video I'll be able to make it seem as though solving the Rubik's Cube is that easy. Well, in all seriousness, let's just begin. Alright, so the method in which we will be solving the Rubik's Cube is layer by layer by layer, and not color by color like how most people would think you would. Alright, so to begin, let's get the notation of the Rubik's Cube down, because we are going to be solving the Rubik's Cube by using a series of algorithms, which is pretty much just a fancy way of getting a piece from point A to point B without messing anything else up. Alright, so here is the notation. This is the upside. It's front, left, right, down, and back. We really won't be using back as much, but I figured I'd tell you anyways. Alright, so you turn each side as though you're facing it. And so if I say up, you turn up clockwise. And if I say inverted, it's just counterclockwise. So this is up, up inverted, front, front inverted, left, left inverted, right, right inverted, and down inverted. And as I said, we won't be messing with the back side. Alright, now in order to solve your first Rubik's Cube, you have to scramble it. So here we go. Alright, that looks good. So now for consistency, we will be starting with the white side. Alright, now let's begin. Now, the first thing that you want to do is work on the first layer, as I said, and you want to solve the cross first. And what you want to do, and luckily for us I can show you because there's already one correctly solved, is line up the pieces right here in the middle. So you got the blue side here. Oh, and if you didn't know, the colors of the sides are determined by the middle. So this is the blue, opposite of that is green. This is orange, opposite of orange is red. And this is white, opposite of white is yellow. Alright, let's go back to the white side. So the piece that would go here, you got blue and white, so you get the blue and white piece. And that's already correctly solved. Alright, now let's find another piece that's white. In the middle, here we go. It's white, and the best part for this, and this is what you always want to try to do, at least if you're a beginner, is get the piece that you're trying to solve in the bottom layer. So this is the top. Keep this up top so you're not just getting all confused and, you know, it just doesn't confuse you. Alright, so what you got orange and white here. Put it directly under where it needs to go. So here's the orange side. You got it at the top. All you need to do, turn it twice, and just bring it up, just like that. And you did that without messing that one up. So now you got the white and orange piece solved. Let's find another. Alright, you got white and green. So put it directly under where it needs to go. Make sure you got white still up top. You got white and green, put it directly under green, which we just did. And just turn it twice. Now this is the part where you're going to need your first algorithm to solve the piece. As you can see, you have it in the right spot, it's just flipped incorrectly. So in order to what you have to do is you have to do this algorithm. Be front inverted, up, left inverted, up inverted. Easy as that. You correctly flip that, and you did not screw up the other colors. Alright, final piece. Let's see. There it is. Alright, white and red. Put it directly under red. Then just bring it up. Now you can do the exact same thing again. Front inverted, up, left inverted, up inverted. There you go. You correctly solved the cross, and nothing else is wrong. Alright, let's say you're in a situation where you have pieces that are already up in the top layer, but they're flipped incorrectly. It's easy. All you gotta do is just put them in the bottom layer like I said you have to do. Find the color they go to, bring it up. Alright, you got that one solved. Now put the orange under the orange, bring it up, and once again you have correctly solved the cross. And now, to finish the first layer, we have to solve the corners. And now what you want to do is, just like how I did for the cross, you got to put the pieces directly under where they need to go in the bottom layer. So keep this up top in the bottom layer. So right here I have a white piece, and it's white, green, and orange. And as you can see, white, green, and orange are right here, so you need to put that directly under where it needs to go. White, green, and orange, white, green, and orange. So it needs to go from here to here. And this is the algorithm in which you're able to be able to solve it. And it's a very easy algorithm, and make sure you remember because it serves to be an important one. So all it is right inverted, right, down. Now just repeat that until you get that piece correctly up where it needs to go. So right inverted, right, down, right inverted, right, down, right inverted, down, right right inverted, down inverted, right, down. Now there you go. Now it could either take 1 time, 3 times, or 5 times, and in this case it took us 5 times. So let's find another piece that's in the bottom. Right here. You got blue, white, and orange, and put it under where blue, white, and orange meet. So here we go. Right inverted, down inverted, right, down. Now luckily for us, it only took 1 time. Let's find another one. Here we go. You got red, white, and blue. Put it under where red, white, and blue meet. And here we go. Now I believe this one will only take us 3 times. Right inverted, down inverted, right, down. Right inverted, down inverted, right, down. Right inverted, down inverted, right, down. There you go. And you can see that you're not messing up any of the others. And we're down to 1 corner. So we got white, green, and red. Put it under where white, green, and red meet. And right inverted, down inverted, right, down. There you go. You've correctly solved the first layer. And just like it was in the cross, let's pretend that you're in a situation where you have pieces that are up and they're, they're in the incorrect place. So all you gotta do, simple, do that exact same formula, get it to the bottom, and then get it up to where it needs to go. So right inverted, down inverted, right, down. Alright, you got it in the bottom layer, put it under where it needs to go. So I'm not going to say right inverted, right down because it's very annoying. And here we go. Oops, went a little too far. Alright, you got that where it needs to go. And do the same for the other, except we only have to do it once. Alright, and once again, you have completed the first layer. So now we will move on to the second layer. And since we're done with the first layer, flip it upside down. You do not have to go back to it again. Alright, so let's begin. For the second layer, we will have to solve these 4 middle pieces. And, oh wait, no. Thought it was solved correctly, but it's orange instead of red. Okay, this is pretty easy. All you gotta do is line up the pieces, and you will not have to bother with the middle ones that are yellow. In our case, yellow, because it's the top, and we need pieces here. So all you need to do, make a bottom T, line up the color, so you got red and blue piece needs to go between red and blue. So line up towards a T, see, but keep it flipped this way. And the formula is simple. It goes up inverted, left inverted, up, left, up, front, up inverted, front inverted. There you go. Without messing up the first layer, you have correctly placed that piece where it needs to go. Now, the formulas to get a piece from here to there or here to there are split into 2 things, and it depends on whether you need to get it to the left or to the right. We need to get it to the left in that case, and let's see if we can find the one that needs to go to the right. And of course we can't. So once again, we'll get more practice getting it from the top to the left. Alright, once again, up inverted, left inverted, up, left, up, front, up inverted, front inverted. Alright, you got that piece correctly solved, and that piece remained to be in its correct spot. And here we go. Finally, a piece that can go from the top layer to the right side. Alright, now these moves are slightly opposite. Actually, they are completely opposite of the left way. So, the formula for this is up, right, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted, up, front. There you go. You have all the pieces solved besides one more. And once again, there's one that needs to go to the left. So I'm not going to repeat the formula, but I will place it on the screen just for you like this. Alright, now you have correctly solved more than 2/3 of the cube. Well, actually, exactly 2/3 of the cube. So you are over halfway done with learning how to solve your first Rubik's Cube. Now let's say that you are in a situation where a piece is correctly placed between the 2 colors, but it is flipped incorrectly. Now, you can do one of 2 things. You can choose the formula to get it to the left or to the right. I'll just do the right formula, and what it'll do is simply place it up top. So here's the formula on the screen, and once you've completed it, you put it up top. Just line it up as we've been doing to form that T, the bottom T, or the upside down T in this case. And then do whichever formula that you need to do to get it where it needs to go. In this case, here's the formula to get a piece from the top layer to the right. And I'm not going to say the formula, but I'll place it on screen as I've been doing. Alright, there you go. So once again, we have solved the first 2 layers of the Rubik's Cube. Now we'll move on to the third and final layer of the Rubik's Cube. Alright, now you will be in one of four situations. You will either have this L in the top layer, this horizontal line, this cross, and your goal is to get to this cross, or the rare, but of course it could happen to you, is the dot, which I'm trying to get to. Yes, right here, this dot. And for this, what we're looking for, the corners don't matter. So you either have this dot, this line, the L, backwards L, keep it in the top left corner when solving, and I'll show you how to do that shortly. Or, what you want to get to, the cross. Alright, now when you have the horizontal line, make sure you keep it in the horizontal position. It'll not work if you have it vertically. So when you have the horizontal line, all you gotta do is a simple formula which involves 6 steps, just like the other ones. Of course, it's slightly different. To get the line to the cross, all you gotta do is front, right, inverted, up inverted, front inverted. There you go, there's the cross. And that is how you do it when you have the horizontal line. Now, when you have the backwards L, just like this, make sure you keep it in the top left corner. Backwards L, top left, if you want to remember it like that. Make sure you do the same exact formula, except all you do is switch the up and the right, or the order in which they appear. So instead of front right up, it'll go front up right. So here we go. Front, up, right, up inverted, right inverted, front inverted. And there is the cross. Alright, so if you get yourself in the situation, you have the rare dot, but of course it could happen. This is all you gotta do. Pick one of the formulas that I showed you, either the backwards L or the line, and just do one of them. And then that'll get you into either the backwards L or the line, and then just do that formula. So that's the only setback. Instead of doing one formula, you have to do 2. But anyways, let's move on. So now, what you gotta do, the next step that you'll have to do in order to solve the Rubik's Cube entirely, is find 2 colors, and this will always be the case. There will always be at least 2 colors that line up, or it could be a rare thing, but you could get all 4 and you could skip this step. But all you gotta do is find 2 colors that line up. Now we have 1, so just move the top layer. You have none, move it again. You have 1, move it one more time. Now you got 2, green and orange. Now they will either be adjacent to each other or across. In this case, they are adjacent, and that's the more likely case. So when they are adjacent to each other, and just make sure it's always the 2 middle pieces that will line up. You just put one in your right hand and one the opposite. It's the only other place it could go. And this is the formula you will do. Right, up, right inverted, up, right, up twice, right inverted, up. There you go, look. You still have these that are solved, and you also have these 2. Alright, similar to getting the dot in the step before, getting 2 pieces that line up but they are across from each other is, it could happen, but it's rare. Alright, so all you gotta do that same formula that I just told you. So here it is. Right, up, right inverted, up, right, up twice, and then right inverted. And it'll automatically line up 2 parts for you. And here we go, we got orange and blue. So put them here and here, and do that same exact formula again. And once again, there you go. Alright, now we're wiring down to the final steps of solving your first 3x3 Rubik's Cube, and that is finding a correctly positioned piece. Now, when I mean positioned, not oriented, it's just the colors are right and it's positioned correctly, but it's not, it doesn't have to be flipped. In this case, there are none. Like, if this piece were correctly positioned, the colors would be yellow, orange, and blue, but it's not. So all you gotta do is this simple algorithm, and that would be up, right, up inverted, left inverted, up, right inverted, up inverted, left inverted. Alright, well, it may not be as simple as I said it was. And that should correctly give us one piece that's positioned. There you go. You got blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow, red. Alright, so now once again repeat that same algorithm, but make sure that the correctly positioned piece is in the bottom right, so right here. Do that same thing. Up, right, up inverted, left inverted, up, right inverted, up inverted, left. And now that should put all your pieces in the right, and I may be mistaken, so if it doesn't, just repeat that same formula again. But here we go. It even solved one of the pieces for us. And so now you should get pretty pumped because we're on the final step of solving the Rubik's Cube. And you should get even more pumped because you already know this step. What I mentioned earlier when solving the first layer in the corners is the right inverted down formula. That's the exact same formula that you have to do now. So what you do, pick the first piece that needs to be solved, put it in the bottom right, and do that same formula until this piece is correct. So here we go. Right inverted downward, right down, right inverted downward, right down, right inverted downward, right down, right inverted downward, right down. And now once that piece is correct, just move the next piece that you need to solve in the bottom right and repeat. Okay, don't forget to do that last down step. Okay, move the final piece, or in this, it could be 4 or 2, and by 2 I mean there could be a piece here and here that needs to be solved, or here and here. 4 is just all of them, and 3 is what I just showed you. So, disregarding what I just told you, you are one step away from solving your Rubik's Cube. Just continue that same algorithm. So right inverted, right down, and repeat until the corner is correctly solved and the rest of the Rubik's Cube. So, you must feel pretty good. That is a very, or what I believe is to be a very simple tutorial on how to solve a 3x3x3 Rubik's Cube. I hope you've enjoyed. Please share this with your friends if you are willing to do so. And thank you for watching. All you gotta do is just turn this top layer. That's wrong.